Maharashtra is pioneer state in various activities, and many states are replicating these good practices in their states. At present, there are 6 states which are open defecation free, and Maharashtra is one of them. I am proud to say that ODF concept or ODF city is a term first time used by government of Maharashtra, and then MOUD, the Ministry of Urban Development, now it is MOHUA, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. They have developed the protocol to declare a city as ODF. As this protocol contains 3 types of validation. First of all, every urban local body has to declare by resolution regarding their status for open defecation free. Then, a collector level officer can appoint a committee of various government officers and some press reporters to validate their claim. And if that district level committee approves the claim, then it comes to state government. State government has formed various committees for validation at state level. It consists of representative of NGO, class 1 officer and press reporters. And if that committee certifies or validates its claim of particular ULB, then it is declared as ODF at state level. Once we go through this system, it may happen that at present we are stating that the state is open defecation free, but there are certain gray areas. We have to admit it. Particularly in larger metros, there is a problem. For constructing huge number of toilets, state has got a target of 8.99 lakhs toilet to be constructed, and till now we have constructed 6,21,000 plus community toilets and public toilets. Once any city gets the coverage of at least 70% for individual household toilets, that is the minimum criteria for declaring that city as ODF. And for accelerating this construction, we have utilized the Convergence Fund under various schemes, particularly 14 Finance Commission grants, urban local bodies own share, and like that. There were some hurdles regarding some objections from particular authority for constructing the individual toilet or for community toilets. Pratima Joshi might be facing few problems. So, Government of Maharashtra has consciously taken decision, no NOC required for the IHHL construction, and that is a very good motive or good initiative to construct this number of toilets. Then another is peculiarity of this scheme is it is demand driven, and many times it happens that when a particular government scheme we implement, a contractor lobby or any lobby comes for the construction of toilets. So we have prohibited to have contractor-driven constructions. We have encouraged beneficiary to have construction of their toilets. There was also a point regarding many times toilets are built and it cannot be used for any reasons. So we have insisted that any prefabricated or temporary structure cannot be there, and that type of toilets will not be eligible for any subsidy. At this point, I have to state that Government of India gives 4,000 rupees subsidy for this construction. Government of Maharashtra gives 8,000 and particular urban local body gives 5,000. The total is around 17,000. And many times 70,000 is a very good amount to complete the construction. Not only construction is important, the willpower of particular urban local body and their political leadership is also important. And it seems that whenever government links its fund distribution to construction, then some things can happen. So we have adopted the strategy to give funds to the open defecation-free city on priority, and some disciplinary action against falling laggards. Then another mandatory provisions made in the Act for mandatory construction of toilets for elected representative. As we have already said, once we have declared as ODF, there are some few grey areas. So we have appointed some OD watch squads to monitor any lacuna, and it can be a vigilance aspect. Another area comes, this is the septic management. Up till now, in solid waste management, we have not taken this type of structures or constructions. But under Amrut scheme, which is sponsored by Government of India, they are providing for septic management, and few projects will come up within few days. Next. I have discussed this validation. And one more thing is, we have linked this validation with incentive grant. Any city who gets ODF status, if it is A-class council, then they will get 2 crores. If it is B-class, then 1.5 crores. And if it is C-class, then that city will get 1 crore. And when for sustainability, we have divided this amount in phases. After declaration of ODF at state level, they will get only 30%. And after QCI validation, QCI is a third-party validation of Government of India, they will get remaining amount. And after recertification of 6 months, QCI is a third-party agency which validates the claim of any urban local body, and that certificate gets valid for only 6 months. And that city has to recertify them after 6 months. So after first or second recertification, they will get 40% remaining amount. Next. As I have mentioned, we are giving 17,000 like this. Okay, next. 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 This is one picture of OD Watch. Many employees and even local elected representative are participating in our OD Watch squads. This picture is from Saswad, Maharashtra. Yes. We not only insist upon individual construction of toilets, but achieving the ODF communities in larger aspect. Next. As you know, there are some problems regarding the capacity of particular ULB's workers, officers. So the constant capacity building workshops have been arranged at the state level, divisional level, and even at the urban local body level. And hand-holding support was given to them regarding various construction activities, technical aspects in that, do's and don'ts for septic tanks, construction, like that. Next. These are the IEC activities conducted at various levels. And these are some few samples toilet constructed. One from Nagpur, one is from Shegaon, Buldana district. The quality of construction is really appreciable. Though in that picture, the household is temporary, but they have constructed permanent toilet. This is the peculiar thing we have to note. These are the few photographs of community toilets at Jalgaon, Chopra and Shegaon. Next. Many times it happens that we eradicate OD spots, and after few days it get restarted. So beautification of OD spot project was taken, and these are the sample photos of Bhandara, where they have constructed yoga center and park. There was one weekly market at Vaijapur in Aurangabad. This spot was very chronic. It was prominently used for 20 years for open defecation. So that council has taken the decision, and that weekly market is going on there. In Chandrapur, OD spot converted to garden. And one more thing we have observed in Chandrapur, in particular area, there was one public toilet, a nice public toilet. And in that public toilet's vicinity, there were 350 some households. So they all have constructed the individual toilets. And they have requested the urban local body to dismantle that public toilet. So Chandrapur Municipal Corporation converted that toilet into study center, and now it is act as a study center. Many students are studying there. That spot is very adjacent to this garden. Next. Whenever any citizen comes to our office, at many places they have insisted that revens will be accepted only if you have toilet, otherwise no. So it has also boosted something in our progress.
कुठल्या कारला म्हटलं ते?
हे विदर्भातलं
कुठल्या तालुका जिल्हा?
नाही, आता एक्झॅक्ट नाव नाही, पण विदर्भातलं आहे एक. आणि असं हे रिप्लिकेट बऱ्याच ठिकाणी केलं. आपल्याकडे बऱ्याच वेळेला आधार क्रमांक असेल तरच बसा, नसेल तर तसा प्रकार आहे. नेक्स्ट. For sanitation financing, we have taken the help of NULM structure, which are having self-help groups, credit and thrift societies. At many places, they have taken the help of that SHGs. And one more thing, that SHGs are also taking active part in Marathwada for OD watch, particularly for female participants or beneficiaries. Next. So these are the milestones we have achieved. On 19 cities were declared ODF on 2nd October 2015. 52 cities on 31st Jan 2016. 100 cities on 13 October 2016. And lastly, 384 cities on 1st of October 2017. Next. And that program was held at Mumbai in august presence of Honorable President of India. Now it is open defecation-free Maharashtra, and at particular few places it is on OD watch. For sustainability, next. Today we are discussing about ODF plus, but in our context, ODF is a city having at least 80% coverage of individual toilets. ODF plus is more than 85, and ODF plus plus is having 95 plus individual toilets. These are our terms, and we are moving in that direction. Government of India has given sufficient funds to complete this 90% or 95% individual toilets. And as I have already said, in Amrut scheme, we are going to have some FSM system or some projects. And Government of India is also insisting to have such projects in Amrut schemes. Next. So our aim, we are aiming universal access to individual toilets, adequate and clean and reliable access to community toilets. We have taken the initiative in the month of this November for mass repairing of public toilets, community toilets, its beautification, and they, from state level we are monitoring that. At many places, we are putting some feedback system for public toilets for users. Next. These are some few publications out of that journey of ODF Maharashtra, and few books on technology we are going to distribute in this session. And one more, as I have mentioned in morning, the SuSanA Services ODF part has 1/3 weightage. There, the SuSanA Services envisages 4,000 marks, and out of that, nearly 1/3 counts for ODF. So we are insisting to have sustainability and third-party validation for remaining cities. Out of 384, we have been certified by government for 2006 cities, and remaining are to be certified in due course, maybe in 1.5 months. Next. Okay, thank you.